Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the new update as of 2023 when it comes to Beachbody. So back in November of 2022, I actually did a video where I reviewed the updated changes when it comes to Beachbody. So this included a training from the CEO himself where he was speaking to the reps, where he expressed the new Beachbody name change, where they're changing their name from Beachbody to Body. He talked about new workout programs and kind of a new direction they're going, that they're adding, not new direction they're going in general, but a new thing they're adding, which is called body blocks as a new style of workout. He talked about different products that would be coming out, and he showcased a different way to kind of promote the company using the topic of health esteem. So if you did not see that video in November, I will link those down below so you can get up to date on it. But today's video is now going to be the 2023 update, where the CEO, Carl, gets on a Zoom call for the reps and kind of explains the 2023 shift in way more depth than he did back in November. So I have to say that this Zoom call showed me, in my opinion, exactly why this company and this CEO cares more about profit than they ever will about the people that are in the MLM or their customers. So this is going to be a two-part reaction because this video is 1 hour long. So I'm going to react to half of it today and half of it tomorrow, I believe is when that video is going to go up, the part 2. So in today's video, we are going to be reacting to the first 32 minutes of Carl speaking. And in the second video, we're not only going to continue reacting to Carl, but Carl Deichler is also going to have one of the top reps of all time speaking on the call. And then he will also have more of a newer rep that has hit 1-star diamond. So there's still both two pretty top reps in the MLM, and they are actually going to speak on everything that Carl has talked about. And I find it eye-opening to hear it from a MLM rep perspective. So with that being said, grab your coffee and grab your tea. The Hubs just got me my coffee, and let's get into it.
Okay, see the little live button? I'm going to jump into this. Hopefully it's all working. Good morning, everybody, and I'm just going to dive right in so we can move this along. And I really am so grateful for everyone coming on for a little bit of sort of a State of the Union, because there's a lot going on. And the last few days of World Health Esteem are upon us. We got about a week left of World Health Esteem Month. You're all breaking the internet with the "We Are Body" hashtag posts, and I just love seeing that. And I'm sending the hashtag to people and be like, you got to see what's happening. So I love the message Christina delivered on the National Wake Up Call to once again demonstrate just what an amazing community we have here. At the same time, I know there's some people who are sort of scratching their heads a little bit, who see the stock price or see how challenging the business can be, or they're hearing stuff from people trying to poach our coaches, who actually people who don't know what they're talking about. So for some coaches, they don't really understand why so many of us are so enthusiastic about our direction. And if that's you, if you're one of the people that don't understand, I want you to understand that, first off, okay, let's talk about the stock. The stock price, it really doesn't affect the day-to-day operation of the business. As long as we don't need to access the capital, which we don't, we're actually well-financed. So when that's the situation, then the stock price, that's really just a metric of how the market values us or their understanding of the story.
Let me pause it here. So I think it's funny that he started off saying people are scratching their heads with the stock price. He talked about people are trying to poach their coaches and those people don't know what they're talking about. So he also decided to add in there that people are scratching their heads. They're seeing how hard the business really is. That's because MLMs are hard. No matter what MLM you join, the business model itself is a hard business model. It is a business model that doesn't work for everyone. It has been proven not to work for every single person, because it is not possible for every single person in this world to recruit enough people to get to the top and make a livable income on an MLM. It's been proven through statistics, through diagrams. I can pop up the photo right here that shows you the amount of levels that you can get at in a company before you run out of the population in the world. I believe it's only 13 levels if I'm thinking off the top of my head. So yeah, it is hard. Your company also showcases the fact that the average Beachbody rep only makes about $3,169 per year. The average rep out of all reps, from reps making $0 to reps making millions of dollars, the average is $3,169. While even if you look at that number, 75.5% of those people will only make an average of $491. So it's proven by your numbers that this company is hard to build. It's hard to make money in. If 75.5% of people on average a year are only making $491, not including expenses, which if we even talked about expenses, which we will later on in the video, you're in debt or you're in the negatives when it comes to profit in this MLM. So it's proven by your numbers that the company itself, your company, puts out that it's hard to build this MLM, that you barely make money, that the majority of people barely make any money in your multi-level marketing company. On top of that, I'm so curious who he is saying is trying to poach Beachbody reps. I wonder if it's another MLM. I'm curious. I've been seeing a lot of people from fitness MLMs moving to Q Sciences. So I'm curious. I just also find it comical to hear the CEO saying that people are trying to poach his reps.
And this sort of wait and see approach that's happening in the market right now. So the stock price doesn't have any other effect on the business or how we run the business, except of course, for everyone invested, we want that price to be a proper reflection of our value. And we want it to be a great investment. I certainly want that as the biggest shareholder, but solid revenue and profitability performance, that's the thing that'll have the biggest impact on the stock. And it's my job to get the company back to growth. And part of that is to make sure that you understand the vision for that growth. That's always my goal, to work with you to be in sync with and synthesize with what I'm thinking, what I'm visualizing, and how you're operating the business. And what I can say.
So he is admitting that the company is not growing as of right now.
And look, as a public company, we have to be careful with information that we release. I can say that, just again, finishing the discussion of the stock, we did announce last week that we affirmed our guidance of our results for the fourth quarter, which is great news. It's a reflection of how productive the Coach Network continues to be. And we announced that we expect to be what's called EBITDA profitable. That's a technical accounting term, but we expect to be EBITDA profitable by the end of the year, which is actually, that's the way I've run the company for 21 out of 24 years, which is super rare to run a company this long profitably. And but it's the way I'm the most comfortable running the business. So we'll be back to that. We expect to be back to that at the end of this year.
Wouldn't everybody be comfortable with running a profitable business? It was just weird that he said it like that. Like, oh, I am the most comfortable running the business this way. Yeah, because everyone wants their company to be profitable for 20 plus years.
That also means that any competitors who are trying to spread misinformation for their advantage, like saying we don't have enough cash to run the business, they're just making that up. As a public company, we're held to a standard of operation that's overseen by independent auditors. And we have to pass certain cash resource standards every single quarter. So we're actually in good shape, and it's overseen by independent outside auditors. We'd obviously love that to be reflected in the stock price, of course, but I believe we're doing what we need to do to get there.
So he said any competitors who are trying to spread misinformation, who are saying we don't have enough cash to run the business and all the other things that they're saying, they're just making it up. The thing is, yes, people can see his stock price. You can go on Beachbody, now that they are a public company, you can go look up their stock price at any point in time. Competitors and people that maybe research industries, talk about MLMs, talk about different companies, different fitness companies, they can come to a conclusion based on kind of what your stock price would be. And maybe his competitors are coming up with that conclusion looking at stock price of his MLM. So if they're looking at Beachbody's stock price and they're seeing it be on this continual spiral, a downward spiral, then yeah, competition or your competitors are going to speak on that because they're going to want people to see, oh, that company, oh, they're on a downward spiral, like month after month after month after month with their stock price. Now, with that being said, I'm not a big stock person, not really into it. I'm not super educated on stock prices going up and down. So I'm not going to sit here and break down Beachbody's stock numbers. If you're into stocks, I would totally recommend you taking a minute, clicking off this video, or after this video, going and checking it out, because I do think it's interesting to look at if you know about stock prices and you can come to your own conclusion. I would also love to know in the description down below what conclusion you come to based on your knowledge of stock prices.
Now, before we get into some details, and it's really exciting stuff, and I have a couple of coaches on today to get their perspective on the business too. But first, I want to start with who we are. Tag on to what Christina said yesterday a little bit, why we matter, why this company is special. And this is important because I know y'all have an option to do something else. You can do whatever else you want or nothing. And it matters because I don't want just anybody representing this business as a coach or a partner. I want to be surrounded by people who understand what we are doing, and specifically why it's so damn important. Because as much as we want the compensation to be firing on all cylinders and the tech to all be flawless, which it will be, what actually matters the most for the long-term health of the company is what we're building. What role do we play in the world that's desperately needed? Because our mission is not just to generate growing paychecks. Yeah, we want to do that as soon as possible. But the mission is to build a special, meaningful company and to really define what the brand stands for to our customers and to prospective customers.
There's so much to say when he has only talked for like a second. So he says, I know y'all have the option to do anything else, and it matters because I don't want just anyone being a Beachbody coach or a Beachbody partner or rep, whatever they're calling it now. But that's not the perspective I get. I don't think he cares about who signs up to be a rep. I think he wants everyone and anyone and their mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, uncle, aunt to join the company if they can. If you can get their money, have them sign up for the company. If he didn't feel this way and he only wanted specific people to be able to join the company, maybe people who are actually qualified in health and fitness, actually qualified to talk about nutrition, then he would make the qualifications being a dietitian and being a fitness trainer to be a coach in his company. But that's not the qualifications. Instead, the qualifications to join his company is being 18 years or older, having a social security number, and buying a starter kit when you get started. That's it. Those are the only requirements. So if he really cared about the people that were joining his company, he would have made the company run on facts and qualified people like dietitians and fitness trainers. And that's just not the reality of what he does. He does not care, in my opinion, who signs up as long as he's making money. He also said what matters is what we're building and what role we play in the world that is needed. So I do agree that it does matter what they are building. And it does matter the role they play in the industry. Thing is, I don't feel as if they are playing a good and safe role in the industry of fitness. If they were, I'd be all about this company. But I don't think they are. Having uncertified people joining the company, teaching people about health and wellness when they don't even know health and wellness, teaching people about how to eat, when to eat, what things to eat, not knowing the warning signs of specific eating disorders and stuff like that, like a dietitian would, is not a safe environment to be around. I have seen a lot of people give a lot of unhealthy and horrific advice. And when I say people, I mean Beachbody reps, give horrific advice to people because they are not certified and educated on the topic of health and fitness. They are random people on the internet that just decided to join up for this company. They joined and then they all of a sudden are this coach now who tells people what to do and what not to do with their bodies. They then said their mission is to not just generate growing paychecks, but to build a meaningful company. So to me, if they wanted to build a meaningful company, their company wouldn't rely on false realities to their MLM reps. It wouldn't rely on having MLM reps being the sole person getting people signed up. And on top of that, yeah, they want to generate growing paychecks, but they can't based on income disclosure statements. If they're talking about generating paychecks for their reps, it's not happening because the stats are showing that it's not. And that's not even to talk about the moral issues within the company and the product itself. But there is no way to build a meaningful company when they are building it off of false realities.
People have asked me, why would you change the name of the company when Beachbody has such a great legacy and stands for transforming so many lives over the course of 2 decades? It's actually a very powerful brand. Well, I want to talk about that. Let's look at some other powerful brands and how branding even works. Nike is a good example, one of the greatest brands in the world. It's not the word Nike that makes it a powerful brand, though. It's what it's about, what it honors. Nike honors champions and incredible athletes, but it's just a shoe company. It's a commodity. There's a lot of sneaker companies. But their core value system makes it truly distinct and special in our minds. Okay, another brand, Apple. If they decided to change the name to Macintosh or Mac tomorrow, it'd still be important to us. It'd have the same meaning and it wouldn't probably skip a beat because what they stand for is the courage to change the world and innovate with this incredibly elegant execution of technology. And not just at the high end of computers and laptops, but they exploded when they set out to make their approach to technology available to a larger market. People who didn't recognize yet that they needed a computer on their desk, they niched down to the iPod. They put 1,000 songs in your pocket. Now people are excited by the next thing that Apple releases because they push the boundaries of creativity and design across the whole spectrum of Apple users. That's what that brand means when you even think about it. Okay, so what about Beachbody? What do we stand for? And how will the name change matter?
Let's back it up a bit. Why change the name of Beachbody when it has such a great legacy? The problem is Beachbody doesn't have a great legacy, in my opinion. At the core of Beachbody, they sell meal plans and workout programs. Their meal plans have shown by dietitians on the internet that I will source and link down below. Their meal plans have been shown to make people undereat and restrict. Many, but not all of their workout programs. I will admit some of their workout programs are good, like Lift 4. I do like that program. I think it's a pretty good program when it comes to fitness aspect. But many other programs that they have unnecessary workout moves in them and an unnecessary rhetoric when it comes to the trainer that is speaking during the training sessions. Even a lot of their products are overpriced and just dumb. You don't need 3-day resets. You don't need a bunch of fad diet products. You don't need them. You don't need a $130 shake that is such a superfood shake. You can make dessert with it when you can have any protein powder on the market. To top it all off, they're a multi-level marketing company. They have unqualified random human beings giving out fitness and nutritional advice, which is unsafe. They also promote this amazing coach opportunity when all the community does, when you break it down, is manipulate and use each other for their own personal gain. They also promote a sense of financial freedom when statistically the average rep only makes that $3,000 a year. This company being an MLM does not, in my opinion, and will never make it a great legacy. Now, has some of the products helped people? Maybe, but that doesn't mean it leaves a legacy, especially not a legacy that you could probably compare to Nike or Apple. So he kind of goes into talking about Nike, and I'm not really going to go in depth on this, but he said Nike's a good example. It's not the word that makes it powerful. Nike honors champions and athletes, and their core values make it special. In my opinion, I think it is the word Nike that makes it a powerful brand. People associate Nike with good quality and pretty shoes. It's that simple. People just associate Nike, good quality, and pretty shoes. Now, yes, Nike utilize athletes like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and even people like Serena Williams. And them aligning themselves with these athletes allow them to get their name out there on the highest scale that they possibly could have ever gotten their name out there with. Now that people know and love their products, maybe they found Nike way back then by these athletes and stuff like that. Now in 2023, people know and love the product itself. They're gonna buy it no matter if those athletes are even affiliated with the company or not. Because at the end of the day, a person falls in love with a product, how that product works, and how that product looks. At the end of the day, I don't think what he's saying makes any sense or relates to Beachbody in any way. Nike and Apple, you just can't relate those companies to yours.
Well, it's special. We stand for people taking a step into improving their well-being. Even the smallest step of appreciating themselves for being unique. Like that one little step, seeing that they are unique in the world and appreciating that exactly as they are. That's what we're about. And for some, that'll happen because we were the first to appreciate who they are for whatever small effort they put into themselves. Even if that effort is just loving themselves a little more. And we acknowledge the fact that well-being is a skill that requires effort and discipline and a routine. It's not easy or natural for most of us. We honor the effort it takes to achieve any degree of well-being. That's why this shift into this idea of eat more dessert is so powerful. It's like our iPod, where we're making the enjoyment of dessert a healthy experience for people. Sure, they can level up to the total solution. We'd love that. But there's a massive market whose first step can be this one delicious, simple breakthrough. Look.
What? He's just saying so many like big words, and it's all just word salad. I don't think any of this makes actual sense when it comes to his company. So he said that, oh, our company is about improving people's well-being, seeing how they're unique in the world. This is what we're about. It's all happened because we were the first to appreciate who they really are. This company is not the first company to ever appreciate people for who they are, especially fitness companies. Is he actually joking? He thinks that highly of his MLM company. If you look at Beachbody, there is endless talk about weight loss. There is endless transformation photos. There is endless conversations with people who are not certified giving advice on health and fitness and nutrition that leads people down the wrong path. Those things don't show me and never will show me that Beachbody is the first company in the world to appreciate someone for where they are right now. If anything, I think they've done the opposite, and that's my opinion. And because of that, they're trying to rewrite history and trying to make this 2023 shift that they're doing seem like they're the only ones doing it. So the problem is you can't rewrite something when at the core of the company, nothing has changed. It's all a facade presented to reps, and then those reps present that to social media when on the back end, nothing has really changed. And that leads into the eating dessert thing. Oh, that's why we're shifting to the idea of eating dessert. It's so powerful. We're making the enjoyment of dessert a healthy experience. The problem is you're not teaching people that it's okay to eat dessert. You're not teaching people the power of eating in moderation. You're not teaching people that it does not make you unhealthy just because you want to have a bite of chocolate. Instead, you're trying to pretend that that's what your company is doing. Instead, you're telling people that they can eat dessert every day by hiding the fact that the dessert you want them to eat every day is dessert made with a $130 Shakeology powder, because you think that's healthier than just having a piece of cake. There's nothing wrong with having a piece of cake, having a bite of chocolate every day, having chocolate with almonds, things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what he's going to teach, because they think, Beachbody thinks that it's unhealthy to have a piece of cake. And the only way to be healthy is to use their Shakeology powder to make a dessert that most likely comes out not tasting very well. Trust me, I have had those products and they are just not very good. Or those desserts where you take their powder and you put it in something to try and make it a dessert. It's not the best.
We are born with the innate instinct to survive, but we learn the skills to be well, physically, mentally, emotionally. And as a company, we have made it our business for 2 decades to honor and celebrate the people who make the slightest effort, from their first workout or finishing their first program or focusing on their gut health for a month, or now for simply eating healthier dessert. We honor people for stepping up for themselves. And we've celebrated that for 24 years. So whether it's called Beachbody or this new brand Body, what we stand for is honoring the people we serve with respect for that slightest effort, compassion for how challenging it can be, and honoring that they are worth the effort so that they will honor it within themselves. There's not another brand that stands for that or is as powerful in the space, that stands for serving the holistic human experience of well-being like Body. Routines, incorporating every aspect of well-being, fitness, nutrition, mindset. This is what we bring to the world. You look across the entire spectrum of people who would consider the companies our competitors, not one of them serves and celebrates the whole person. Real people achieving real human things the way we celebrate that. And most of those competitors are so focused on telling you what you can't do, what you can't have, and monetizing envy and comparisons to an ideal so that people will buy in order to correct the flaws that they've been now convinced that they have.
So his transformation photos, him telling you that you can't actually eat dessert, you have to eat this stupid Shakeology dessert, is that not doing exactly what he's saying his competitors are doing? I'm just so confused, because he really says there's no other brand that stands for this that are so powerful in the space like we are. That's a lie. There are amazing fitness brands out there that care about the well-being of others, that honor people where they are, and have always done that. And then he even says that none of their competitors serves and celebrates real people achieving real human things the way that they do. Yes, there are companies that do that. And to think that your company is the only one that doesn't is ridiculous to even say. Real companies that are not MLMs don't involve, in my opinion, scamming people, and they do serve and celebrate their customers. In my opinion, this company is built on diet culture, and diet culture is the opposite of serving people. And he will try and come up with all of these words, health esteem. Oh, we're going to have healthy dessert, eat dessert every day. He's going to try and come up with these things that makes it sound better, that makes it sound like they are a company that's focused on serving people and not trying to fix their flaws and all of this stuff, when they're really not. And that's my opinion when I just review this and I look at the changes that they're making. They're not actual changes. They are not making any changes at the end of the day. They're repackaging everything. They're saying, this is what we were doing, let's repackage that and let's put it out saying this. But they're still doing the same things, still got the same programs, still got the same meal plans, still got the same old Shakeology, still got the same old Shakeology recipes to make dessert. It's the same old stuff, just repackaged.
Well, that's an industry that actually dishonors the people they serve. But we honor our people and who they are as unique, important human beings, wherever they are in their journey. We always have. And not one of those competitors respects the value that customers generate for their company by actually sharing the revenue created by the demand their customers' efforts creates. But we know what it takes. We know just managing your mindset to stay consistent for a couple months is like, it's this Herculean accomplishment. And when that consistency attracts more people to start their journey, we share in that value through our compensation plan. That's us honoring our people, our customers. We honor those people.
No, the CEO has got to be joking at this point. He wants to praise his own company by saying that they're the only company that respects its customers because they allow them to hopefully make money if they join the MLM as a distributor. Only those people actually had a chance at truly making money. If they had an actual chance at making money, I'd be like, oh snap, that company really is doing that. But they're not. At the end of the day, MLMs are selfish. All they care about is making a profit off of the loss from their distributors. Monthly, their distributors are buying products to stay active, spending money on early access fees to new, products that are coming out, new programs that are coming out, and even buying every single new thing that releases so that they can test it out for people. While the majority of them are making, like I've already stated, less than $500 in a year, not including all of those expenses that they have. So in the end, he wants his company to be praised for being an MLM. He wants people to feel lucky to have the opportunity to maybe make money. He wants his competitors that are not MLM to feel like they don't respect or value their customers. And he wants his customers to feel special, like this is a great opportunity for them, like for them to join the MLM without knowing the truth behind MLMs and behind income disclosure statements. And in my opinion, this CEO, he knows what he's doing. He sees the numbers, he sees the profit, he knows how much money he makes, he knows how much money his company makes, he knows how much money these MLM reps are spending every month and every year versus how much money they're actually making. So he's going to continue to sit here and preach about how his company honors its distributors because it will mask the truth of what's really happening behind closed doors. And I just wish that we could see those numbers. I wish there was a way that we could see how much money our reps spending and then a breakdown of how much each rep is actually making. Or at least getting median numbers when it comes to their income disclosure statements and not averages. I would be super curious to actually see that. Again, I want you guys to know that some of this is my opinion. Every time I say it's my opinion, it's my opinion. But when I'm talking about numbers and stuff like that, that's a fact. People are not making money in this MLM. And if they are, they're making 75% of them under $500 and the average rep $3,169. So no, not all of what I'm saying is an opinion, but my opinions are based on the facts that I am presented from this company.
We stand up for those people, including the forgotten ones. Everyone who hasn't started yet or who doesn't know where to start, the ones that the rest of the industry, frankly, judges. This opportunity explodes when all of us see that the rest of the industry has their nose in the air and sees only one path to health. Buy this piece of equipment or do this complete thing. Go all in or you're not in at all. But the coaches who see that it can be as simple, literally, as helping people eat more dessert, they're the ones who are like Apple, saying your relationship with technology doesn't have to start with a desktop or a laptop, but it can be as simple as putting 1,000 songs in your pocket. And then the iPhone comes along, which generated more revenue than all of Amazon. It goes in stages. Do you see the magic that we're unlocking here? We are the company that sees the entire potential to serve the larger market, the forgotten people who have started nothing. And we share revenue with the people who help us make that happen. What matters about our brand and our company is that we stay true to our core value of honoring and celebrating the incredible effort it takes to get started. Like just that little effort to get started. We're the ones that honor that. And we honor those people that help us inspire and help others with the very same care by sharing the value that's created. That's the compensation plan. There's no other company in the world that does that. And now it can be as simple as starting with superfood desserts. Like literally no other company gives that first stepping stone and shares that compensation with its customers.
Does he not see every other multi-level marketing company that's in the world? There are hundreds of companies that share their compensation with its customers. Beachbody is not the only MLM, let alone the only fitness MLM out there. And even if they were the only one, they're not really giving their people any money anyways. Yeah, are a specific amount of people at the tippy top making millions of dollars? Yes, but majority of people are not. Majority of people are barely making it by when it comes to the amount of money that they're making in your MLM. So you're not honoring these people by sharing your compensation. And you're definitely not the only company that's doing it, because there are hundreds of MLMs structured identically to the MLM that he personally has.
Just like there's only one Apple, there's only one Nike, there's only one Disney that honors their customers in that very specific way. I believe there's only one Body. We are that company. We are Body, the brand that honors people for showing up and starting and having the courage to be who they want to be on their terms. And yes, there's competitors who are going to take shots at us or make up stories to try to steal the business. Screw them. It's all temporary. And the people that leave Body right now, they don't have the vision, or they don't know the vision, or they lost their patience or lost their own core values. They stopped focusing on the power of truly helping people, truly honoring people. They lost their brand. But I know what we stand for. I get the letters from customers and coaches about how their lives have been changed, transformed by this company. I see the tears on social media when people find their heart. I see the joy of families that are experiencing a level of freedom that they couldn't have had they not stepped up for this opportunity. So we keep going. We keep innovating.
I'm just at a loss for words. He said, competitors are going to take a shot at us. They're going to make up stories and try to steal the business. Very confused. How are they going to steal your business? Like, you as a CEO, don't know. He could also be talking about the reps, like other companies are trying to poach reps and bring them to their company. He could mean that. Then he said the people that leave Beachbody, but also remember, Beachbody is becoming Body. That's what they're going to be called. So he may interchange those words. People that leave Body right now don't have the vision, or they lost their patience or lost their core values. They stopped focusing on the power of truly helping people. Are y'all hearing what I'm hearing? What I'm hearing is this CEO believes that if you leave Beachbody, that you don't have a vision and you lost your core values. What about those people that are leaving your MLM because they see it's only hurting them physically, mentally, emotionally, and definitely financially? What about those who have been hurt by your programs? Whether it be the fitness program or the meal plan program, because I've seen people in my comments alone talking about what your meal plans have done for them, and not in a good way. What about the thousands of people that have told me that they're thousands of dollars in debt because of your MLM? Or those that have talked to me about the fact that they have lost relationships with family and friends because of your MLM. I think it's incredibly wrong for him to sit here and say the things that he is saying, that people who left his company lost their core values, to make those that left his MLM feel guilty for leaving, feel as if they are a bad person for leaving, or them leaving makes them stop focusing on truly helping people. I want everyone that has ever been in an MLM, but specifically this MLM, to know that this is not true. If you left your MLM, you left for you, and you stop playing into this horrific system that multi-level marketing companies have. And there's nothing wrong with that. Never let an MLM rep, but most importantly, the CEO of a company that's making millions off the backs of people that aren't, don't let them tell you these things or make you believe any of those things about yourself, because it's not true. A lot of people leave MLMs and go and do amazing things, and don't let him or anybody else make you think otherwise.
Within the meaning of what we stand for. And yet, we work hard because this work is worth it. We are Body because of what we honor, and because honoring real people and their real journey, the way we do, is at the heart of what we do. And it steers every other decision we make. Who needs our help most? Let's focus there. That is how we rebuild and grow in a way that transcends the vision that anybody who stays with has ever dreamed of. That's what I want for you. And that's what I want for this company. Yeah, we are Body. You better believe it. And I'm proud that we have the guts to make this incredible leap to help millions more people. Okay? I'm so proud of it. All right, now I promise to get into some details. First, let's talk about this change in what we call the business opportunity. And when that is going to start to happen. We'll transition from calling you coaches to partners throughout the year. Now, there's a few reasons that we're doing that. We initially used the term coach because we wanted to steer away from the more sort of mercenary concept of distributor of other networks. But over the last decade, actually, the concept of being a coach has taken on more and more meaning, including like there's certifications to be a specific kind of coach. So calling the field coaches, or sometimes creating an expectation in the customer when we offer them a coach. That now is a word that has some more specific meaning than it did when we started. That title can also be a little intimidating for a person who just wants to join and simply monetize their decision to work out and maybe eat better by putting a little group together, but they don't want to be responsible for a group like a coach might be. Same thing for the customer. Like, is what I'm about to do so hard that I have to have a coach to succeed? Like, what if I just want to start with healthy dessert? A partner is what they need. So at the strong suggestion of a very compelling group of leaders, we're beginning the process of changing the title, which actually is a massive undertaking, but I think it's a big opportunity for us to expand. It'll be something that will, evolve. We'll share more details as we unpack just what the lift is and how we can do it in stages. And I know some of you have already started to use Partner to identify new people you bring into the business, which is fine. I'm just talking about the company making sure that the websites and the materials reflect that change. So that's a bit of a process, but the team will keep you posted over the next month or so as we move from coach to partner. Okay,
so as you can see, they are transitioning from calling their reps coaches, partners. That's something new. They did not talk about that in November when I made the video that I did. So I do think that that is smart. I think that that is needed. I don't think that any rep should have ever been called a coach. I think that it makes the reps believe that they are actual fitness coaches. And I do think that transitioning to partner is a smart decision and the best decision they can make. The problem that I have with it, though, is it would make a lot more sense if they were changing from coach to partner and they were teaching their reps that they are not coaches. They have no reason to ever tell people what to do with their bodies, whether it's with the fitness programs or the meal plans, and that they are just someone there to check in on people to see how they're doing, but never to answer questions, never to be fitness coaches. That's not what they're doing. Beachbody is going to be changing the name from coach to partner because they find that it creates too many expectations for the customers. And he's saying that Beachbody feels that it steers customers away from joining the MLM as a rep when they see the word coach versus partner. This shows me that Beachbody does not see the underlying issues of why their rep should have never been called coaches. Again, those underlying issues include the fact that unless you're a dietitian or personal trainer, you shouldn't be giving people fitness and nutrition advice, point blank, period. So they're not changing the name because they feel that it's wrong to have untrained and uneducated reps giving advice. They're changing the name because they feel that changing the name will get more people to join, but they could still be coaches. So that makes me say that just because you're changing the name of something doesn't mean you're fixing it. Just because you're changing the name to partner doesn't mean you're all of a sudden not having untrained people assisting individuals on their health and fitness journey when they shouldn't be. And I think that should have been the core of their change. But as you can see, it's not.
Let's talk about the evolution of the platform as we become Body under a single subscription. Now, first, a quick refresher on the main reasons we're making these upgrades. First, we saw that the industry is holding itself back by focusing on customers on the outcome of getting started, right? The end result of 90 days or, losing all the weight and this pressure to achieve some ideal, focusing on what you can't have, not on what you can have and feel right now. That forces people to feel inadequate until they reach an outcome. But that's where the opportunity is. 150 million people in North America who are overweight or obese are simply rejecting that premise. They aren't motivated by the idea of a total lifestyle transformation that requires deprivation or comparing themselves to an ideal in order to feel successful. And that's a huge market that sits there. They're not doing anything. But we know they want to feel good. They want to have more energy, real energy. And these days, especially, they want to feel good about themselves. So we created the category of health esteem and are making these changes to make this category attractive to the largest market in the space. So we help millions of people, all these people who currently are doing nothing and who don't know where to start. So for one, of course, we're changing the name. Can't say we're helping people achieve their version of an ideal life with a name that has been misinterpreted as an ideal or it's been turned into an ideal. And we're reducing the reliance on the before and after photo for marketing and representation of what we stand for. We honor people. We honor all results. Yes, even visual results and weight loss results. That's still important and a major motivation for so many, including me. How I feel in my clothes and how they fit or how I feel about my body matters to me. But it's not the healthiest primary driver for the long term. The health esteem driver for long-term success and happiness that also drives long-term value is how it feels to make these choices, like how it feels to work out, literally acknowledging how good it feels during or immediately after each workout. And we've simplified the approach to content by standardizing to this body block model. 3 weeks a month, 5 days a week, about a half hour a day. Week 4 is for recovery, maybe a couple workouts, maybe or just take the week off. But for those 150 million prospects, these are real people. How exciting is it to contemplate an approach to fitness that has a week a month that's completely flexible? Go on vacation, do nothing, or work your way around the catalog. Now, I'm going to describe a little bit more about how body blocks will start to appear on the site in a couple minutes.
Okay, so before he goes into talking about body blocks, he said that 150 million people in North America who are overweight or obese are not motivated by the idea of a total lifestyle transformation that requires deprivation. I do agree that nobody on the planet wants to be deprived when they're going on a health and fitness journey. That's what leads people into yo-yo dieting and stuff like that. A health and fitness journey should always be about lifestyle changes that you can take with you for the rest of your life, not fat diets or yo-yo dieting, things like that. The issue I still have with Beachbody is I don't see them actually trying to make a change in this aspect. All they continue to do is rename and repackage things that in the end are the same old thing. Now, something that he is changing is he said that they are no longer relying on transformation photos. I wonder if they're going to get rid of that completely. I do think that going away from the reliability on transformation photos is a must. I think it's a smart idea on Beachbody's part, because if you look at all of their transformation photos showed one type of person, showed one type of body, one type of way to be looked at when it comes to Beachbody's eyes, to be shown when it comes to transformation photos. So I do think that getting away from transformation photos will allow people to not feel as if they have to fit into this one body ideal. So I do think that that's a smart thing that they're doing.
But it's awesome. And I'll say that we've seen incredible evidence that the body block structure actually works based on the participation we saw when we did Tour de Ponce in September, and then Healthy Obsession, that block in November, and then Sleigh Rides in December. Those 3 programs broke all the viewership records on body, but we're not stopping there. As part of the health esteem category, we're adding monthly mindset masterclasses to the platform to help people build another muscle, the muscle of positive psychology, which will not only improve their approach to taking this step and their consistency toward fitness and nutrition, but it will strengthen their attitude about everything in life. We hired Petra Kolber, author of the book, The Perfection Detox, and she's curating a list of authors and speakers to present content each month, in addition to the content that she's creating, which I think is going to help everyone who takes the time to access that content feel good, feel better, feel more capable to deal with the obstacles that happen in life.
So that is actually something new too. Back in November, he did state that they were going to be doing master classes that focus on mental health. And I was very skeptical of it. And a lot of y'all that watch my videos are very skeptical of it. We were very nervous to see kind of where the direction was going to go with that. If they were going to get people who are in the mental health field to kind of speak on that, or if they were going to do what they're doing, which is get self-help gurus like Tony Robbins to speak on calls about mental health instead of hiring actual mental health professionals. So yeah, that definitely seems like what they're doing is they have this author who is going to be finding and seeking out other authors and speakers that will talk on mindset. It sounds a lot like it's just going to be self-help gurus, like I've already stated. So those of you who are curious what direction they were going to take that in, it definitely seems like they are going on the self-help guru side. And then those people are going to be presenting that type of content monthly to Beachbody.
Okay, and finally, as part of this health esteem category, we are opening up Shakeology to this whole different group of people by leaning into the idea of helping people make healthy desserts. And some people, they just aren't ready for the total solution. Now you and your teams have this compelling alternative to offer. Now you get to say, hey, when you're talking to somebody, I understand you're not ready to start working out or changing up your diet, but how about we help you and your family feel better immediately by eating dessert? That's an intention getter, right? But here's what we mean by eat more dessert. We mean you can replace ice cream, peanut butter cups, cookies with delicious, fast, and easy to make superfood dessert recipes that we're going to continue to develop and post all year long. Now, let me double click on this because you're in this business to help people, but you also want to earn. And this is why Eat More Dessert is so meaningful when it comes specifically to Shakeology. Since we put Shakeology on Amazon, it was a defensive move, right? To stop competitors from picking up sales on our search terms and basically stealing that traffic. Well, we've noticed something. Shakeology gets somewhere like a little over 8,000 searches a week on Amazon. That's a lot of searches. The term meal replacement shake gets searched 33,000 times a week. Protein shake gets around 150,000 searches a week. But healthy dessert gets over 830,000 searches a week. That's 100 times what Shakeology gets, 5 times the searches for protein shakes. And our consultants have data showing that of the people who say they eat dessert, there's a lot of people. I'm talking about people, all you and all your teams know, people who follow you on social media, over 15% of them are looking for healthy dessert alternatives. And we have the healthiest alternative of everything we're doing in terms of bringing people into the ecosystem and taking a first step into health esteem in a way that's something that they can do to love life and feel better and even start losing weight. Eating a healthy superfood dessert is an incredibly easy first step for them. And I'm so excited about the potential of this to help people and to help your teams reach more people. Now, look.
He's back to desserts. He's back to talking about desserts. He essentially expects people to pay $130 because for customers, it's $130 a month for Shakeology. They want you to buy that, right? Every single month, every 30 days, buy the $130 Shakeology. Then use that shake powder as a replacement to actually eating dessert instead of teaching people how to just eat in moderation. He also brought up, you can replace it and you could use the powder to make ice cream and peanut butter cups and more. First, I don't think you really need to replace ice cream and peanut butter cups. There are many great options out there for those items already. There's nothing wrong with having a bowl of ice cream. Let me tell you, I do not think it would be good. I do not think it would taste good to take the Shakeology powder and make ice cream out of it. That's just my opinion. This is just my experience. But when I was in Beachbody and I would try and make, for example, like protein bites or anything like that, or I would try and like replace a dessert with Shakeology, it never satisfied my cravings. In the end, I would end up eating more food and intaking more calories in a day because I would try and have that Shakeology thing first. It wouldn't work. And then I would go and still have a bite of chocolate or whatever. So I think that if they really wanted people to replace ice cream with this shake, it should taste like ice cream then. And in my opinion, it doesn't. I feel like if you wanted to, if you were the type of person that you don't like to go and, for example, buy Reese's because you feel like, well, I don't really know what's in it. I'm not a fan of the ingredient list, whatever. Maybe you just don't like that. I think that there are real ways to make desserts at home that actually use chocolate and peanut butter. I decided to look it up. I looked up homemade, like a Reese's peanut butter cups, and there are ways to eat it. It's less calories because you're making it at home, probably using less ingredients, but you're still able to use real chocolate and real peanut butter. So it tastes like an actual Reese's. It's going to curb those cravings that you're having. You don't have to buy this $130 shake to attempt to make desserts at home. But again, if you just want a Reese's peanut butter cup, go eat you a Reese's peanut butter cup. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is just getting started. Eat more dessert. And you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more about this throughout the years. We package it, we bring out more recipes, but it's probably the area which I think your team has the greatest opportunity to scale, to create conversations online and start seeing the financial benefit. It's such a powerful, fun thing for people to talk about that I want you to give more thought to it. But again, we'll talk more about this. This is the State of the Union, so I don't want to go into too much detail. Okay, so we have the name change to body. We're reducing the before and afters as the sort of calling card of proof that what we do is effective. And we're leaning in on how good people feel in addition to showcasing before and after results. We're also simplifying our approach to new monthly content with the 3-week body blocks. We're adding mindset masterclasses to the monthly content, and we're creating a category for people to eat more dessert and support their goals and results. That'll give us this new simplicity, which will also be an incredibly compelling value for your customers. So we're merging bod and body into one subscription starting in March, just body. That platform will get 4 new body blocks each month. One is the bike block for our bike people, which is a group that's growing every day, actually. We have iron, the iron block for our lifters. So there's a great lifting program every single month, plus all body, which is a general balanced fitness program with resistance training, cardio, core. And then starting in March, we're releasing a new body block called For Beginners Only. And that's premiering as a free super block from our newest super trainer, Lacey Green. And I've watched this program come together. And again, if our goal is to help as many people as possible, the feedback we are getting on Lacey's approach to making this program something appealing to that 150 million people who nobody else is appealing to, this program is going to be big. And let me stop here for a second and reinforce this. This is why you want your team adding coaches right now. This is why we are focusing on adding new coaches all February, more than anything, because we want the largest field of people possible reaching out to start body subscriptions with the launch of this free super block that kicks off March 6th. That's the first Monday in March. And every body subscriber gets access to it. And you'll actually see a preview of all this starting February 9th when we sort of pull back the curtain, reveal the new design of the body platform. So you and your coaches, your partners can be selling into this opportunity in a few weeks. But I'd be adding coaches like crazy right now, just on the premise of for beginners only.
Should they be adding a bunch of coaches right now? It just goes to show how much Carl and this company needs their reps in order to make new launches go right, or in order to make new launches profitable. And most of it isn't because they're signing up a bunch of new people. Most of it is because when these new things release, new products, new programs, the reps are the ones that are buying it. The reps are the ones that are buying early access to programs. They're the ones that are testing each new product and new flavor that comes out of each new product that they release. And they talk about it so much, how important it is if you want to run a good Beachbody business. This is what top reps are saying because I've seen it. They're saying in order to run a healthy and good business, you would be a crappy business owner if you did not buy each and every product, because how could you run a business and you've never tried the products or never tried the programs? So he wants you to add a bunch of people because he knows that that is how they are profitable a lot of the times, or in general, how they make a lot of money. I bet, in my opinion, and I would love to see how much they make off of new releases from just random people on the internet versus from their reps purchases and who their rep sells to. Because I bet they make more money from their reps. So they want you to add a ton of coaches so they can make more money off of their new release.
It's the first 3-week program of its kind, specifically and only for beginners. And then there's another important date to put on your calendar. You know, we're not doing a super weekend this spring, right? But on Saturday, March 4th, write that down. We're having a special formal event. Formal. The Body Champagne Gala. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's 4 p.m. Pacific time. We'll probably do the same sort of setup as we're doing right now. I'll be in a tux. We'll have Lacey Green, Petra, Autumn Calabrese will be there. They'll all be dressed up. I'll have coaches behind me on the podcast, all dressed up. We're trying to see if Darren O'Lean can get dressed up. Although I've been told that maybe people don't want him to be dressed. I don't know. We're going to see if he can make it. Plus we'll have a couple of other coaches in their gala gowns. And we're encouraging all teams to make it a formal event. Get dressed up. Pour the champagne. Maybe make some superfood desserts for this hour and a half celebration of the new platform as we reveal it and we truly become Body. And we get ready for the launch of For Beginners Only on March 6th. The launch of sales of our first $29 super block, 21-day fix. In fact, okay, you ready for this? Keyshawn, get ready. Let me give you a first look of the entire schedule of the 2023 super blocks. This is the big reveal. You ready? Okay. So what you've got here is, as you can see, you've got every month, you've got 4 blocks. That's available to all Body subscribers. An outrageous amount of content. And I saw the layout of the content yesterday, and it's a work of art. It's so beautiful. It's going to be so addicting to want to complete each one of each month, complete a block. But look at this schedule of super blocks. You've got For Beginners Only in March. In April, the first Monday of April, 21-day fix super block kicks off. 3 weeks, 5 days a week with a week off for recovery. Then T25 in May, Job 1 in June, Bar Blend in July. Now, we'll also have, launching in June, a program. I'm not announcing what that program is, but we're basically, I will say, the one thing I can say is we're counter-programming that new program with Bar Blend. So the people who might not, that the new program might not appeal to, might very well appeal to Bar, and vice versa. Then in August, it's a super block of Morning Meltdown 100. Then in September, we come back to 4 weeks for everybody, and we'll bring along a very special announcement. I'm reserving that announcement around the 4-week gut protocol. So we move people into doing a round of 4-week gut protocol in September. October, we've got MBF with Megan. November, XB Pilates. So that's really the first focused program on Pilates for the platform. And in December, we've got a revisit of Lift More.
Okay, so with all of that being said, that is going to be on top of what they're already doing. They already have Beachbody programs. They're still going to have program releases like normal, like they've always had. But now they have what's called their Body Calendar, which is something completely different, but that also utilizes those programs. So I would love to see a personal trainer's opinion on this. If you are a personal trainer, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this, where they have 3 weeks. They're doing that specific program, 1 week off every single month. And then each month it changes. So it will go from a super heavy lifting program for 3 weeks with a week off, to bar blend, which is like yoga and stuff like that, to another lifting program, to then the following month, the gut week protocol, where they just focus on their meal plan. So I would love to know your opinion on this. Let's continue. We have about a minute and a half left. Yes. And I know this one, part 1 is super long. Part 2 is going to be a lot shorter, but there was a lot that I wanted to fit into part 1.
Of course, we'll have another new program also launching then in December. So I'm sure you took a screenshot of that, but this is only going to be available to body subscribers, all those body blocks, for beginners only block every single month to bring new customers in, and these super blocks. Now, remember, there will be 3 ways to unlock those super blocks, and they're only available to full body subscribers, meaning people who haven't upgraded from the base bod subscription won't have access to the body blocks or the super blocks. Super blocks will be available for purchase for $29.95. But anyone who purchases Total Solution Pack or Completion Pack will get the current month, so the month that you buy in, that super block, and the next month's super block. That's a $60 value, or close to it. And every month that those customers accept their qualified nutrition subscription, they'll get an email telling them that they unlock the next super block as well. So that's a $29.95 value your customers get free each month that they stay on Shakeology or Shake and Hustle, that combination, or the Performance Pack or First Thing. And we're looking at, expanding that or making it volume based, but that's the way the engineering is built to start I think there's 5 packs. There'll be more training on that. Okay, a lot going on. And as Christina said yesterday, we are body. All these changes are designed to help you make a bigger difference in the world and a difference in the lives of the people you invite. And I've got a few more things that I want to mention. But
okay, so that is the end of our reaction. Let's freaking talk about this body and Beachbody stuff and the Beachbody on demand. So he said that the body blocks are only going to be available to body subscribers. So if you didn't know what body was, body is a monthly membership that Beachbody has on top of Beachbody on demand, which gives you access to their workout programs. On the Beachbody website, Beachbody stated that body brings fitness to life with daily live and on-demand studio classes you can take at home, from indoor cycling to bar, cardio and HIIT, core, strength, boot camp yoga, and Pilates, plus accountability and ongoing nutrition support with To Be Mindset and Portion Fix. Immerse yourself in the most exciting innovation in streaming health and fitness. You must have a Beachbody on demand membership to purchase body. So with that being said, you have to buy Beachbody on demand to purchase body, and body is an additional charge on top of that. So he is saying that these 2023 super blocks and body blocks are only available to body subscribers for an additional charge for not only the customers, but also the reps. So another thing that these reps are spending their money on. So he continued with saying that people with a Beachbody subscription will not be allowed access to that. Now Beachbody has to come out with 2 different subscriptions, which they do already have on their website. I knew back in November when I reviewed this whole thing, when he talked about the 3 main changes they were making, which was eating more dessert, the company name change, and the body blocks being this huge thing. I just knew that it couldn't be free. I knew that there would be some sort of stipulation or higher cost for not only the customers, but the reps themselves. So now, not only do you have to spend $120 a year on the Beachbody subscription, but as a rep, you're going to be expected to spend $20 more a month per month on the new body subscription to get access to this new life-changing way of working out, like Carl would like to say. I can't explain how much this video and this Zoom call to the reps proves to me that all Beachbody cares about is profit. All they care about is making money off their reps, and as much of that as they possibly can. So now, on top of most reps spending $191 on their business fee a year, $119 on Beachbody On Demand a year, another $1,200 on the monthly required subscription product fees, now they're gonna have to spend anywhere from $20 to $30 a month on the body blocks or the super blocks, because the body blocks subscription costs $20 a month and the super blocks cost $29.99, which is $30 a month. This is just more expenses that they are going to have to spend their money on. The last thing he said was every month that the customers accept their qualified nutrition subscription, they're going to get an email telling them they unlock that following month's super block for free. What he means is customers now have to spend $130 on Shakeology, or they can buy the Performance Pack, which is the pre-workout and post-workout. I think that comes out to $90 to $100. So anywhere from $100 to $130 in order to get the body blocks for free, when they could just spend the $20 on the body blocks instead of the $130. But if they spend $130 on Shakeology or the $100 on the performance pack, they will get the body blocks for free. So Beachbody praises themselves on being an affordable option that's cheaper than the gym, that you can do at home. All of these things they praise themselves on. But I've got to say, a gym membership is looking a whole lot better now that they are adding all of these fees for their customers. Like, think about spending $130 on Shakeology when you could spend $20 for a gym membership, depending on the gym you go to. I know some are up to $50, or CrossFit gyms are like $100, but that's for a certain group of people. But for your average person that's just spending like $20 on a gym membership a month and that's it, no extra expenses, maybe spending $30 on a protein shake, looks at Beachbody and is like, dang, $120 for Beachbody On Demand, an extra $20 a month on body subscriptions, and $130 a month on Shakeology. But if you do the 130 months on Shakeology, you don't have to buy the $20 super block. You just get it for free. It's just wild to me that they praise themselves on affordability when I do not think that they are affordable. So in conclusion, with this long, I wanted to say the A word, with this long flipping video, I am so interested in part 2. In part 2, it is going to continue on with this Carl Zoom call, and he is actually going to add 2 people onto the call, which is a person that has been in Beachbody for a little bit. She's a 1-star diamond, and also a second person that has been in the company for like 10 plus years, and everybody knows them if you know about Beachbody. So I'll be very interested to react to part 2 for y'all. But to conclude this video, I feel like Beachbody continues to try and make it seem as if they are some new and innovative company, how their company is the only company to care about people, how their company is making so many changes to become better and show their customers that they are all about change and caring about the customer. I'm sorry, but a simple name change, changing the distributor name from coach to partner without actually changing what the reps do, telling people to buy Shakeology to make healthy dessert, and adding monthly mental health sessions with self-help gurus will not change the basis of what this company has always been about. I will always say that, in my opinion, all Beachbody cares about is profits, and a lot of what they promote is diet culture. A lot of it. If you break down these programs and these meal plans, that's the basis of what they're doing. I do not feel as if Beachbody cares about their distributors. I think they will pretend as if they do, but I don't think they really do care. I think that they care more about themselves and how much more money they can make off of their reps than actually caring about their reps themselves. And I think that they're going to use this rebrand as a way to attempt to make people rethink the type of company that they are. But again, all they're doing is repackaging the same old stuff. I think a lot of people are going to see right through it. The people that probably won't are the reps themselves. They're going to think that this is some amazing thing that is going to make their MLM business pop, but I don't think that's going to be the reality of it. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you got through it all, leave me a turtle emoji in the comments down below if you made it this far. Just a turtle, nothing else. And only the real ones will understand. The real ones that got to the end of the video. So with that being said, be on the lookout for part 2. I need to go hurry up and film that video so I can get to work. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love to know your guys' opinion on this video. So please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on what the CEO has said so far. I will see you guys in part 2. Let's do this. This is a video we are going to be, no, motherfucker. So if I, and Shakeology, on the, he said that and behind how many people are actually making money in the MLM. Gosh, my eyes are watering.